Okay, here's question 2. Always read the words, but you probably don't have to look at this question very long to realise that we're dealing with a contingency table, so you need to churn out your standard method. Never forget to start by stating your hypotheses. That's always part of the solution. They're always the same for a contingency table. Calculate your expected frequencies, calculate your chi-squared statistic, look up the critical value, blah de blah. It's all routine. It is worth 10 marks, which is quite a high whack of marks for a contingency table. So maybe this is going to be one of the cases where one of the two complications arises. So the two things that can happen is you might have to use Yates's correction, or you might have to merge two rows or columns. If you do have to, make sure you choose similar kinds of things to merge so that you're not losing definition on your test. So merge similar categories if that's what you have to do. And then in part B, we've got a wordy question. We've got to interpret your result in part A, talking about students choosing hockey. So maybe you've got a very large value of chi-squared, maybe you've got a very small value of chi-squared. But what you can do is look at the values of, in your calculation, each individual observed minus expected squared divided by expected. And you can think about how big those are in different categories. And large values of this correspond to significantly more or fewer individuals observed in that category than you'd expect. So either the numbers of students choosing hockey are going to be very close to what's expected, or quite a long way above or below what's expected, and you need to do a convincing statement about males and females and their choices of hockey to show that you've understood what the large or possibly small values of this in those cells mean.